Hi guys and welcome back. So today we're going to be having a look at doing Mudflap installation on the Tesla Model X. So without further ado, let's get into it.
Okay, so a quick look what's in the box. So we've got these, which will be possibly front or rear. So we'll look to see where they go in a minute. You've got, again, possibly front or rear. They're very similar, but I'm sure they go in somewhere different. And then we've also got a little bag of, these are screws, and then there's also these little plastic plugs, which I assume will just replace the original ones that are on the car, because you don't need anything other than a favourite screwdriver with a Phillips head. Just a standard one will do fine, PH2 if you want to get technical about it. Set of knee pads, because my knees are not as young as they used to be. And your favourite blanket, just so that you don't make too much of a mess of your clothes while you're doing it. And that should be everything you need. So just a quick one before we actually get started. The final things that we're going to do to the car just before we get started is we're going to go onto the settings here and we're going to go to suspension. We're going to pop that up to very high. So just going to increase the ride height to the maximum that we can get it up to. And why we're doing that is just so it gives us a bit more space to work with when we're sort of not under the vehicle but just sort of next to the vehicle. And the other thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to quickly put on full lock to the right, and that will put us in good stead. Okay, so we're on the front left hand side of the car, which here in the UK this is be the passenger side, because we drive on the with the wheel on the right hand side of the car. So that's a different video altogether, I think, if that's right or not. But anyway, what we're going to do is we're going to remove this plug here. So full disclosure, I have actually done this already, just to make sure I got it out okay before I hit record. Anyway, so that's the plug that you've got in there. And so what I did was there's actually this little gap here. I just took the flathead screwdriver and just twisted around inside there to get the plug to pop out, kind of like so. Once you've got that, then you can fit the screwdriver just underneath here and just twist it out. Very easy, not difficult at all to do. So what we're going to do next is we're going to offer up the new part, and you can see there how it looks on there. And what I'm going to do as well, I'm going to get this clipped in place first of all. I think it's probably the easiest thing to do. So what I'm doing here is I've got one of these little R clips. There's two already sort of worked out spaces for these to go into. So I'm just going to pop that one on there, just loose leaving at the moment. Then go and get the other one. And pop it on in here as well. And that's like that. So now I can tighten them on, I guess, just like so. Pushing them on like that. And what we need to do as well is we do need to just pop our little plug in there, which I should have done beforehand. Apologies, I'll show you that in the correct order next one. So we do this here. Just go and pop that in there. It makes a nice click sound as it goes in. So that's all good. Then we can just pop this little piece in here. Again, it's just push home. It doesn't need to be screwed in or anything like that. Just pushes in just like that. However, if you wish, instead of pushing it in, you can just tap it away with a mallet or a small hammer. Just to make sure it goes nicely home, which it has, and then that is nice and sturdy, nice and solid, just like that. And that is the front one done. Okay, so neighbour disruptions aside, so we've got the bolt in, we've offered it back up just to make sure it still looks good to fit. I'm going to pop on one R clip here, or at least that's what I'm calling them, as R clips. Nice and tight in there actually, and I'm just going to do the same on this one here. Something's not right about that. I've got this on wrong. Hold on, I'm gonna have to. Maybe loosen that off again. Go. It's nice and secure there, I think. Yeah, good. Cool. Okay. Okay, so here's the end result. So we've got the front passenger side, so that's your mudguard there. Feels nice and solid, to be fair. So that's good, and it does sort of fairly well seamlessly blend in with the rest of the trim, so that's good. Coming to the back on the passenger side, this is it here, and what you might also find is you have piles and piles of mud and stones if your trim hasn't been put back together properly, because I noticed that there's a few of those clips are missing around here. So someone's obviously previously just I don't know, taken it off for some reason and then not put it back correctly. Moving to the other side, so this is the driver side rear, and it all looks good on that side. This was a lot easier to do, this one, because it wasn't, you know, the trim wasn't all hanging off incorrectly and everything like that. Door is opened, and then so this is the final front driver side one, and so it's all nicely on and fixed and secured, and it feels pretty sturdy too. So I think in summary then, pretty much it's a very easy install. I think it probably needs about 5 minutes per corner, so maybe 20 minutes to do all of them. I suppose the only thing that made it take quite a bit longer for me was I probably spent about 20 minutes trying to readjust this trim on the back passenger side. It's easy enough to do with the tyres on, to be honest with you. So the last things that I'll obviously do is I'll just pop the suspension down and I'll repark the car properly, and that's it. If you like this video, if you found it helpful, please like and subscribe, and I'll see you again next time.